What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I'm now at number 9 of my all-time top 20 favorite horror movies list. For the last 10 or so days, I've been counting down my top 20 all-time favorite personal horror movies that I love the best, counting backwards from 20 to 1, with number 1 being revealed on Halloween morning. I've done now number 20 through number 10, so there are several videos up. 20 through 10 you can find on my channel. I want you guys to watch and debate those, because now today we're up to number 9, so we're number 9 now, my ninth favorite film of all time personally in the horror genre. And of course this is a classic, you guys all know and love this, most likely. It is number 9, 1968's Night of the Living Dead, George Romero, from my hometown in Pittsburgh. He is from Pennsylvania. John Russo, the writer of this movie, is from Pittsburgh as well. I've met him several times, good guy. So it's good to get some local blood on here. That's got some personal resonance in my heart as well. But Night of the Living Dead is the penultimate, predominant zombie film in the world. There's none like it. I know people love Dawn of the Dead. I think it's a little overrated personally. Day of the Dead's good, Zombieland's good. Bunch of good zombie films, but this is the first of the big zombie films, and it is, in my opinion, the best of all time. There are some brief spoilers in this movie, so if you have not seen it, pause the video and go watch. But again, John Russo wrote this. George Romero, the king of the zombies, directed this in 1968, and it's black and white. And you have the opening scene, which is Barbara and her husband going to the cemetery to see a relative, and you see a random zombie kind of walking over and looking a little creepy, and that's when you have the famous line, "They're coming to get you, Barbara," as everybody knows. Creepy acting in the beginning. What seems to be a zombie comes to attack this couple. The husband gets killed, and Barbara runs away to find seclusion. She has no idea what's going on. There's a good radio bulletin about zombies attacking the earth. Memorable and very well written. Barbara eventually finds shelter in an old secluded it's like farmhouse or like cabin house with a bunch of other survivors as well. I didn't write down the actors or names, but it's well acted the entire time. You've got the big burly black guy as the leader. You've got a little racial imbalance going on because there's kind of a country bumpkin style white guy in the basement. There's a father, a daughter, and a wife in the basement, and they have their way of doing things, and the main character, the big black guy in the main corridor, is leading the upstairs, so they butt heads a lot. Racial tension, infighting back and forth on how to hold off these zombies. So the hour and a half is filled with these guys holed up in this house, trying to find a way to escape, but more importantly, trying to keep the zombies out. So right away, you've got the tension filled, there's infighting, they've got to band together, they're stuck in this house. Anytime you have a group of people that are locked together in a small place, creates that tension and that foreboding feeling while the zombies are pounding at the doors and windows, and they're doing all they can to board things up. So you have the nice fleshed out characters and a really good, tense, tight environment. The house is great. They're using the radio bulletins to get updates, and you have really good broadcasts telling you what's going on. Eventually the zombies get in, of course, and get the little girl to turn into a zombie, so the little girl in the basement becomes a zombie and attacks her parents, and that is a very memorable scene as well. I think she actually bites the mother. Really good scene there. People start to die off through zombie attacks. They decide to throw a Molotov cocktail torch out the window to try and get to the car. More chaos ensues. So this is just action-packed, good characters you actually care about, a well-fleshed-out script, and just memorable makeup and good effects on the walkers. For 1968, it's way ahead of its time. In the end, there are 3 different versions that have been released. The version that I've seen the most and the one that I own is the sole survivor, the big burly black guy. Can't think of his name. But he holds off the zombies, winds up getting out, supposedly, waking up the next day with the attack being held off. But then the cops see him up, freshly woken up, staggering around trying to get his bearings, and the cops think he's another zombie, so they shoot him. So the guy actually survives the attacks, and then the cops mistake him for a zombie and shoot him dead. There are a few other versions where he survives, though, so whatever version you like. But again, is number 9 too high or too low on my countdown? I think Romero's Night of the Living Dead from 68 is my 9th favorite all-time horror film. I really enjoy this. Good scripts, way ahead of its time, king of the zombies, and a must-see for horror fans. So tell me down below, what are your lists, and what do you think of Night of the Living Dead? And until next time, guys, I'll be bringing you my top 8. So stay scared, lock your doors, dim the lights, and enjoy the movies. I will see you soon.